5 common mistranslations from English to French, and 5 tips on how to get them right. Room can be translated by chambre or pièce. It's easy to make the difference. Une chambre has a bed and it's for sleeping. It's actually a bedroom. You probably know this famous bedroom. C'est la chambre de Van Gogh à Arles. This is une pièce de la maison de Napoléon. Une chambre is a bedroom and pièce is a room, just any room. Time can be translated in different ways in French. 3 main translations are temps, heure, or fois. If you're talking about the general notion, the abstract notion of time, then you use temps. For example, time flies. Le temps passe vite. Now, if you can point at your watch or at a clock, you mean heure. For example, what time will the train arrive? And you can show your wristwatch as you are asking the question. Le train arrivera à quelle heure? Finally, if you're referring to the number of times or occurrences that something happened, the translation will be fois. For example, I've told him 3 times already. 1, 2, 3 times. Je lui ai déjà dit 3 fois. So, to sum up, if you mean the general notion, the abstract notion, use temps. If you can refer to a clock or your wristwatch, use heure. And if you're talking about a number of times, occurrences that something happened, use fois. Third mistake, to visit, and 2 possible translations, visiter or rendre visite. In French, visiter can only be used for a place. Visiter has the meaning of looking around to find out more about the place, to get some information from it. For example, the Louvre. He's visiting the Louvre, that's a place, you want to find more about it, so you're using visiter. Il visite le Louvre. You can also visit an apartment, but remember, we want the idea of looking around to find out more about the place. So maybe if you're visiting it, it's because you want to buy it or rent it. That's the English equivalent of to inspect an apartment. In French, you can't visit a person. You will use rendre visite à for a person, which is a close equivalent to pay a visit to someone. For example, he's visiting his friend. His friend is a person. Doesn't matter if you're going at his place. You're using the word friend, which is a person. And so you use rendre visite à. Il rend visite à son ami. Visiter goes with a place and rendre visite à goes with a person. I've noticed that students of every level in French have difficulties with the question involving the question word what. There are 2 main translations possible, quel and qu'est-ce. They have no difference in meaning, the only difference is grammatical. You will use quel when the question word refers to a noun and qu'est-ce when it refers to a verb. That can seem a little tricky, but there's an easy tip to know which to use. Ask yourself, what is it that we want to know? First example. If you want to say, what do you like to eat? Ask yourself, what is it that we want to know? We want to know what you like to eat. You like to eat is a verb, so you will use qu'est-ce. By the way, qu'est-ce literally means what is it that. So when you're asking, what do you like to eat? You're really asking, what is it that you like to eat? Qu'est-ce que tu aimes manger? Let's have a look at the second example. What do you prefer, tea or coffee? What is it that we want to know? We want to know what you prefer. Again, prefer is a verb. You're going to use qu'est-ce. What is it that? What do you prefer is actually what is it that you prefer? Tea or coffee? Qu'est-ce que tu préfères? Thé ou café? Third example. What type of tea do you prefer? What is it that we want to know? We want to know what type of tea you prefer. Type of tea is a noun. This time you're going to use quel. To help you, quel can also sometimes be translated by which. What type of tea do you prefer? Like, which type of tea do you prefer? That works. The answer, quel type de thé tu préfères? Last example. What is your nationality? Again, ask yourself, what is it that we want to know? We want to know what your nationality is. Nationality is a noun. So again, you're going to use quel. What nationality? Which nationality? Quelle est votre nationalité? You use qu'est-ce que with a verb and quel with a noun. Now you probably noticed that quel had a different spelling in the two examples that I used. This is because quel, referring to a noun, it needs to agree in number and gender with that noun. So in these examples, type is masculine, so I use the masculine form for quel. Nationality is feminine, and I used the feminine form for quel. If you have already started learning French, you probably know what I'm referring to. In French, to say your age, you count the years that you have. If you want to say I am 50, don't say je suis 50. This is an incorrect literal translation. Remember, in French, you have an age. If you say j'ai 50, which is I have 50, that's better, but I would ask you, so you have 50 what? 50 pairs of shoes? 50 cats? You have 50 years, right? So that's what you need to say. J'ai 50 ans. This sentence is correct. So you remember, in French, you have a certain number of years. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've put all these notes for you into an ebook. You can download it for free on my website, frenchyourway.com.au. The ebook also includes practice questions with answers. Please spread the word with your friends and come and say hello on Facebook. Merci.